ZOELLA Patisserie today. We have Chef Ayushi with us. She's one of our alumni from 2018 batch. Let's know about her journey. Hi Ayushi.
Hi.
So before we start, tell us something about yourself.
Hi, I'm Chef Ayushi, and unlike a lot of other people, my journey in baking did not start from childhood. I went to Delhi Public School, Noida, and then for my further studies, I went to pursue law, which was from Amity. And everything was on track. Like, I had to do my schooling, I had to do law and like graduate, and then I was doing my law internships also. Very randomly one day I saw this friend had baked a cake, and I felt like, okay, this like it tasted nice, so I thought, okay, let's just try. I had never entered the kitchen before that. I'm not kidding, there was nothing more than Maggie probably that I would have ever made. So of course cooking is very different from baking. I did not know that then. As much as like I was that unaware of what baking would be like up until my first or second year of college, that I did not even have a proper oven at home. I had a microwave, and my friend told me that he had baked that cake in a microwave, not knowing that he had convection. So I started baking in that microwave, and it was not turning out well. I tried 2 recipes, 3 recipes from YouTube, and it was just not working. Then when I read about it, I was like, okay, no, there's something really off with something, either what I am doing or what I'm using. That's when I got to know about, the right machinery that I'm supposed to use, that I had to use back then also. So my mom was very sweet, like she is. She had this really old OTG oven, like this small OTG she had, which someone had gifted her when we had my brother. So probably 18-20 years old OTG. It was there in the storage room. She took it out. It had never been used. So I inaugurated that oven to just experiment with my recipes 20 years after it was gifted to us. It was very funny. And then the cake came out really nice. Like, I made a nice normal sponge cake. That's what I made for the first time. Then I made brownies, and it came out really well like that. I think that's how my journey really started.
So how did you how did you reach APCA?
I remember that I was in law school, and because I started liking what I was doing at home as a hobby, so it started to increase. I would come back home and I would do again, and then I would bake something new, and then I would take it for my friends and my family. And then everyone, you know how it is, like everyone who likes it, the first instant reaction is that they have a smile on their face, that oh my god, So that was the boost for me. And there was this friend who used to bake. She was already a home baker. So she used to do these amazing fondant wedding cakes, huge 3-4 tiers, and that always fascinated me. So I was just going through Facebook one day, and she had posted something, and I remember probably in 2015 or 16 there was this competition that was held at APCA for wedding cakes, wherein she had participated. That's how I heard the name, and I saw the name APCA. So that had registered in my mind, and then I started convincing my dad that I think I really do not want to pursue law. I'm doing it, but I don't want to do it. Okay. So he was also surprised, of course, in the first go. Then when he started seeing that I was genuinely in love with what I was doing good also. Then I started doing these small bake sales in college and in other colleges and schools. So, people were responding well to it. I got good response for that as well. So then when I convinced my father that, if something that I am so much in love with, and I'm doing it nicely without any, coaching or without any, no help at all. So if I actually go for a nice degree or like a nice certificate with mentors with me, that will help. So as much as he agreed, he wanted me to complete my law.
So you did it simultaneously?
No, I did not do it simultaneously. I had shortlisted APC already, and that was final. I went to APCA. I remember there was Aviral there back then, so I spoke to him, and I spoke to the chefs there. I went through it was the old institute, like in Udyog Vihar in the front. So I went there, and it looked so fascinating. There were these stainless steel kitchens and everything, so huge freezers. Everything was so fascinating. I went with my mom, and then she was convinced that this was the right place. So my batch in APCA started in June, and my exams were done in May. So I was done in May. I shifted to Gurgaon and I started my course. So my law ended in May, and my pastry journey started in June, like professionally.
Tell us something about your learning in APCA. I'm sure you did advanced diploma for 9 months, and then how was your journey there?
So I still remember first week was theory week, and I have never been a person who would love books. Never. Of course, I did what I did because I had to do it, whether it was in school, whether it was in college. I was always the average scorer, I would say. Like somewhere, the students between 85 to 90s, they're not toppers, but they're not failures. So they're just in the crowd. No, but because a lot of students, lie in that, fall in that category. So my mom knew, my parents knew that I was never fond of books, but they told me, listen, if this is really what you want to do, please read these books, what they teach you. I was like, okay. And strangely enough, those books also fascinated me in that 1 week. So I think that was amazing. And then my first week which we attended, like June, was tarts and pies. And Chef Shailesh had taken that class. And I still remember how we were doing, those nice apple pies, everything very traditional, but also with proper techniques were taught to us, right? And Chef Shailesh was amazing. I'm actually still in touch with him. Sometimes I still trouble him with questions like, Chef, can I please help you? Like, can you please help me with this or that? I'm still in touch with Chef Alicia sometimes. See, they were my mentors then, they're my mentors today as well, and I think I really look up to them for what they're doing and they've been doing. And I really owe this to my mentors for that.
So you always thought that you want to open something on your own, or?
I think I always knew that I would want to open something of my own one day. Did not know when, of course. Because you know how a school journey is very different from a college journey, and then this professional journey was also very different from what I had learned back in school or college. That had nothing to do with APCA or like what I learned in baking. So then when I was here, I think another boost that I got was, like I told you, I was between, I used to fall in 85 to 90 wala thing, but here it was different. Like I was one of the top scorers in APCA in my batch. So I think that was another boost for me because, like I was genuinely doing good there also, and the chefs really liked my work. And wherever I went wrong, I got major scoldings. I got out for breakfast breaks. I was detained. You will not enter because you're late, So I think I appreciated that then as well, because I understood that how important that discipline was for me. I still remember it was our interview in the final term. Chef Ramandeep was taking my interview for that, just before the finals. He was taking this interview, and he only told me one thing, that Ayushi, your work is nice, you're doing good, just take care of the discipline, because your journey as a chef would not just be about the recipes and the art that you do. It is going to be a lot about your decorum, your discipline. So whenever or wherever we scolded you would also help you with that. And I think that struck in my mind, and it's still there. Like I still remember and recall those moments in APCA. So yeah.
So what's the story of Zoella?
Zoella is my baby, of course. It started back in 2020. I missed the lockdown period. I actually did not even have the name Zoella finalized when I made my first order, because it was lockdown and nobody was getting anything around. And one of my neighbors contacted my mom that we want Ayushi to make this cake, would it be possible? And I almost panicked because it was lockdown. I did not have any ingredients at home. Of course I had my small oven, everything was there, but what about the quality I wanted to cater? I did not have the good quality cream and all of that. But thankfully only sometime back I had made a chocolate cake for my brother, so for which I got my bag of Calibu at home. And that gave me an idea, okay, maybe I could make a nice chocolate cake for them, and that's when I made my first order. But I did not have Zoella back then, like the name was not there in my mind. I used to work with this other name in school and college. Like I told you, I used to go to schools and colleges for bake sales. So I had this other name called Those Souvenirs, which means sweet memories in English. But strangely enough, even though I wanted to work in the pastry world, I did not want a brand name that was anywhere related to sweet, pastry, dessert, sugar, nothing. I wanted a name that would signify my love for my work, my love for pastry, something I could resonate with on major levels in my life, because I don't know if I've been clear enough. Working in the pastry kitchen or baking has actually made me a happier person in life. So I wanted my brand to signify that. And Zoella means to love your life and to live your life to the fullest. So I think that meant the world to me, and that's how we landed with the word.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything you would like to say to the students who are in the middle of their journey and they would like to have their own venture in future? Any tips or tricks would you like to share?
Yes, absolutely. I think you can always start as a home baker. You can always keep trying and experimenting yourself. I think it's amazing to explore yourself. And but I feel if you really want to grow professionally, a professional degree or a professional course is very important. Because I feel what people ignore is that you might get a lot of recipes online to try at home, but the decorum that you learn, but the tips and tricks that you learn in a professional kitchen and working in a professional kitchen, even after the course is done, I feel you should really go for an internship or a job for some time before you start something of your own. Because you learn a lot. Then that's when you realize that starting your own business is not just being a good chef, It's about managing a team, it's about managing the accounts, it's about communicating with your clients, it's everything. It's like any other businesses, but also, along with being a chef yourself. So I feel a professional course and a job, an internship in a nice professional kitchen is very important.
Nice. Thank you so much, Chef Ayushi. It was really nice talking to you.
It was lovely.
We wish you all the best for your future.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.